that. Well, it's not exactly important or anything like that. As most of you have seen in the last video I made, I am a big Castlevania fan. So much that I actually envy the PS3 owners for getting Harmony of Despair. That is, until I actually got a chance to play it. Which seems to be the case with a lot of games I wanted to try out on other consoles. Sonic Generations being another one. I thought it would be this awesome game, but it's actually kind of mediocre in comparison to Colors. I'm not saying this because I'm sort of a fanboy or anything like that. I'm just being honest. But moving on, I played Harmony of Despair over a friend's house. He and his girlfriend, they decided to use these characters, Jonathan and Soma. I just thought we should know her because she's about the only decent character I give a fuck about. This guy didn't get a DLC package for what's his face, Simon or Victor, so I pretty much stuck with this guy, this chick. And for some reason they're two huge anime fans, so of course Jonathan and Soma would be up their alley. Kind of figured that they probably choose Jonathan and Charlotte because they're stupid like that, but moving on. Playing the game, it feels like a fan game because it's just copy-pasted from the DS titles. A lot of these levels. I mean, the Gurgle stage completely based off of Dawn, so everything was copy and pasted. And I recently played Dawn, so the entire game just felt too familiar. I'm like, yeah, come on, Konami, is this how lazy you've gotten with the series? Yeah, I know that's gonna piss off a lot of people on YouTube. Probably one portion of the video they'll pay more attention to that. Me crunching chips than everything else. Anywho, moving on, we played this. I don't know. The guy was desperate to get some sort of item called Sonic Boots. I don't even know what the fuck those are. So we were playing this level like 5 times in a row, and he had the best luck gear out of them all. He had thief rings. He had all this shit equipped, and he just could not get it. And we played this level 5 times in a row. I can't remember what the chapter was. He just wanted something called Sonic Boots. I'm like, okay, can we play a different chapter? Because, yeah. And he was really pissed off about it. He's been go through this damn stage 5 times in a row for a pair of shoes. Yeah, it's not a weapon, it's not a soul, it's not a special spell. It's not a secret special spell. It's fucking shoes! He was going through a stage for 5 times in a row for fucking shoes. It's ridiculous. So that whole night just kind of ruined my motivation to play this game even further. Because look, I recently played Dawn of Sorrow. I'm disappointed in the game because they ruined everything that was good about Arya and fucked it up with this whole magic seal bullshit. But more so to the point, they made souls in this game almost near impossible to get. I mean, right at the very beginning, you got this peeping eye soul. You can't get him worth shit. It's almost impossible. I have yet to get this thing. I can't even get the Valkyrie soul from I don't know, the music or the music hole. But wherever you fight Paranoia, I can't ever get that damn thing. I had to complete the entire game first before I could get the werewolf soul, which was only 2-star ratings. It shouldn't be that difficult. And you know what? I wouldn't have so much of a problem with souls if I didn't need them to actually get better weapons in this game. It's the most mind-boggling thing. In the last game, you could just collect the weapons anywhere in the castle. But here, you have to pretty much grind just to get the best weapons in the game. You have to collect 2 of each soul just to keep your souls if you want to get this stupid character. It's too much. I think Konami and egorashi are fucking up the franchise. I mean, that's not to say that Order of Ecclesia was a bad game. I mean, That game pretty much fixed every problem that I had with Dawn of Sorrow. It wasn't completely horrendous. I mean, you could actually enjoy the game for what it was, instead of grinding for everything, but they brought that shit back in Harmony of Despair, and it's pissing me off. I think Egorashi, if he's still with Konami, needs to take a few steps away from the RPGs and the MMOs, and start looking at the state of the franchise. And I want him to take a close, very hard look at what he's been doing. Replay value is an important aspect of video games. Without replay value, then you don't have a good game. If people go through the game once and they're bored with it for the second time, then you've made a bad game. So, Egorashi has this idea where, like MMOs, there's endless replay value, but it's for the wrong reasons. Because you're not enjoying the game, you're grinding just to get one certain item to be helpful in later dungeons in the game. Let me tell you something. As a person who was actually addicted to one of these MMOs, which was Grand Chase, I can tell you right now that grinding for endless hours just to be strong enough, or just to get the best equipment to face another boss or face another dungeon and do this shit all over again, is not fun. I had a level 50 Ryan and I don't want to touch this fucking game again. I reached the goal, I got all 4 of his jobs, which were hell in the first place because the drop rates for all the shit he had to collect was absolutely disgusting. I couldn't take it. And I did this shit with no cash. All 4 of his fucking jobs. So believe me, that entire game right there is based on addiction. I mean, it could be an enjoyable game. There's a lot of stuff about Grand Chase that I do love, but it's fucked up because of all these damn quests, because of how long it takes to level up. These chips are delicious, fuck you. And it's just disgusting. MMOs are only successful because they are designed to addict you. And I'm thinking, to myself, okay, console gaming, I never thought console gaming would ever resort to this, but Egorashi, for some fucking reason, decided to implement these types of systems in Castlevania games. And it's pissing me off. I've been playing Dawn of Sorrow for only 3 days. Well, I finished the entire game in about 4 days. And I'm already tired of it. Because I'm not about to grind for 2 different souls of each that are also already difficult to get in the first place, just to get one fucking weapon. Or one fucking weapon upgrade. I already beat the fucking game. I don't need this shit. It's like, what's the point? Only if you have OCD and you want 100% completion for God knows what reason. You're probably gonna do that shit anyway because you guys. I don't see the logic in having to grind for items. I mean, looking at Harmony of Despair, this game would be a dream come true for Castlevania fans. You get to pick any of your favorites. Well, most of your favorites anyway. They don't have the entire roster of characters in the series. You get to pick a lot of these. You get to go with 6 players. You get to go through several different castle renditions. Copy-pasting environments from the DS and Symphony of the Night games. And you can just go at it. And that should be a dream come true, but they've made it so messy, so sloppy, and a total grindfest that is not even an enjoyable game. It's not a good game, period. It's just a fucking mess. But it's no different from Dawn of Sorrow. I assume it's no different from Portrait of Ruin, too. I haven't played that yet, but I assume the same bullshit is in there. Word of Ecclesia. Alright, so yeah, that's a fine game. But there's a problem. Players in console games, whatnot, should not be grinding for items. If you're going to use this as a means of replay value, then make it fair. This guy here is pissed off because he couldn't get fucking shoes. Well, what do these Sonic boots do? Apparently they boost your movement speed, i.e. you can walk faster. That's as far as I can tell. I'm not sure what the hell they really do, but that's about it. Increase your movement speed. That does. What the hell is that to me? And you're gonna make these items damn near impossible to get. We go through the same fucking castle 5 times in a row. This is not fun. I shouldn't be playing a Castlevania game and running through iron golems trying to get 1 fucking soul. I shouldn't be playing Castlevania games just to be killing a million killer clowns just to get 7 or 9 souls just to get a fully powered bullet soul. This is disgusting. Castlevania games. I remember Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo. Oh, well, what were you doing in that game? You weren't mindlessly killing enemies for the sake of getting some sort of item. You were just running through this shit. And in the portable games, you have to repetitionally kill things just to get the right equipment, just to get powered up, just to get leveled up. There's a problem with the Castlevania series if they rely on this shit now. I mean, Symphony of the Night, I don't know why people love this game so much. It's flawed in its own ways and has the same bullshit. But of course, it's a pretty game. It has nice music. It has great visuals. Gameplay? It's really easy. It's not really much, but the game is fantastic anyway. It's because of fucking visuals that we get mess like this. I mean, Aria of Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia, those are good games, but this is a fucking mess. Castlevania titles need to step back from the MMOs. Start going back to basics like they do with Ecclesia. Harmony Despair doesn't do this series justice. As a fan game, or whatnot, because I can't see this as being an official game. It feels like a fan game because it's so messy in a lot of ways. I mean, they ripped everything. This is some shit a fan game producer would do. Either way, the problem with the Castlevania series thus far is that it's being turned into an MMO right before our eyes. You are required to do endless runs through the same enemies, through the same areas, just to get the right equipment, just to beat bosses. It is becoming a pain in the ass. I mean, you can go all day trying to figure out the boss's patterns and trying to kill them easily, but if you don't have the right equipment, the right attacks, the right stats or anything, you're not gonna do shit. And I'm tired of this shit. I want to play a Castlevania game that feels like Metroidvania style, but doesn't give me this horseshit. If you're trying to copy off of Metroid, because that's all the Symphony of the Night was, Super Metroid with RPG elements, then look at what Metroid does completely. And not just look at it as like, it's exploration based. Hey, I like RPGs too. And shit like that. Look at this. See, Metroid powers you up by just giving you expansions and different abilities. That's all Samus needed. She didn't have to level up her equipment or anything like that. So I don't know where you got the idea that leveling up to beat bosses was a fun idea, because what you turned the game into is no longer about real strategy. It's just about beating enemies until you're powerful enough to take on the bosses. This is a fucking mess. I don't even think you can level up in Harmony of Despair, so it's even worse than that title. Stop fucking up Castlevania. Make it more about what it used to be. And stop trying to turn it into an RPG series. That's all I'm going to say.